Empower, support, love. That's true beauty.
Allowing God to use me to inspire others.
She is clothed with strength and dignity.
Welcome back to Sister Sis. We have a guest with us, Miss LaShandra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for hanging out with us today.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to have you. So we're going to talk about this sensitive subject about being single and not yet found our perfect match yet. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. So the first question, how does it make you feel to be single and unmarried?
So, at times it makes me sad and depressed. And then other times it makes me relieved. Now, as far as when it makes me sad and depressed is more so around the holidays. And of course, now we're in February. So of course, just seeing nothing but marketing for Valentine's Day, which just lets every single person know that they're single. And then it makes me relieved just listening to some of my girlfriends who are married or in relationships who, for whatever reason, are not trying to leave those relationships because they're having so many issues, knowing that I have a house that I can come back to where I have some peace. So it's those situations where it does allow me to feel relieved, but then when I get around the holiday times is when it makes me feel a little bit sad and a little bit depressed.
I truly understand it. Trust me, I understand that one because same here. Same.
Yes.
So do you, right? It is. Yes. So do you still have hope or do you feel discouraged when it comes to getting married one day?
A little bit of both. For the most part, I'm hopeful that it will happen. It's just a matter of one thing that I know, like my girlfriends always tell me is like they feel like I'm a control freak. So I have to realize that it's not in my timing, it's in God's timing. So I am hopeful that it will happen, but I mean, I am getting older, but I also have a girlfriend whose mom got married like at 63. So, I mean, there is time.
It's still hope.
Right? But I don't want to be 63. So I am hopeful, but also I do feel a little bit discouraged at times because, yeah, dating is definitely hard. You know, who wants to actually put in the work? And I know for me, I typically tend to put all of my eggs in one basket because I'm not a serial dater. I've never really been a serial dater. And I think that's where guys kind of have like women beat with an advantage because they are really good with doing that. I think I am just meant to just be a monogamous person. And sometimes that's to my detriment because when I'm dating somebody, I give them my all and they may not necessarily just be personality and attention to me. So yeah, I am hopeful, but sometimes I'm also a little bit leery too on whether or not it's going to happen.
It's going to happen for you. I have hope for you. I do. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But do you feel like it's something that we're doing wrong, or is it society and the dating pool that we have right now?
I don't feel like it's anything that we are doing wrong. I do feel like at times though that women are so used to being so independent that they feel like, okay, they're not going to settle. I know for me, I used to have like this checklist of like all of these things that I used to want my man to have. And honestly, one of those was no kids. But as I'm continue to get older, I know that that is going to be very rare. Yes. Going to happen, LaShandra. You are going to probably end up being somebody's stepmama, you know, who knows? But I don't necessarily feel like it's the woman. I do feel like the dating pool is definitely skewed. I feel like men have a greater advantage because they are outnumbered. So they have like way more options than we do as women. And then also I feel like men are more open to dating outside of their race, whereas women are not. So
that's so true. That's so true. But you know, for me, it's like I love love and I love black love. So it's, you know, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And I really do want a black man to raise my kids too. So
I'm not there either. And it's just like, I have my family members telling me all the time, you know, LaSharon, you might want to start stepping outside your little race. And I'm just like, but I don't want to. Like, I feel like there's a black man out there for me. It's just a matter of time.
I love my black men. I love them. All right. So Miss Shan, if you never get married, will you be okay with that?
Whew. That is a question that I ask myself daily. And for the most part, I believe I will. It's depressing to think about it, honestly. I really just try to take it day by day. I know for me, I have a good head on my shoulders, you know, I'm very uplifting. So I feel like I'm good either way, but who doesn't want like a companionship to be able to share things in life with, you know? Right. I have a little, oh my gosh, my Yorkie will be 13. I have a soon to be 13-year-old Yorkie. So it's just like, it's just she and I. Like, you know, we need somebody else to come into the mix. But at the end of the day, you know, I'll be okay if it doesn't happen. But would I love for it to happen? Absolutely. I want to take vacation photos. I want to be able to post my man. And then they'd be like, I don't know who she there with, because sometimes I've been on some trips with some dudes and they don't get, no, I'm not putting you on social media because it ain't gonna last. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna last, but 9 times out of 10, when I'm dating somebody, it doesn't go into anything else. So yeah, I'm not fixing to put you on social media just for people to be asking me questions, you know, 3 months down the line. Well, what happened to so-and-so? But yes, I am a huge believer in love. I love love, and I'm hopeful that it'll happen when it's meant to happen.
Well, I have hope for all of us. Hopefully it'll happen. And we'll get some weddings in here. Ain't nobody had no wedding. No.
I know,
right?
Man. I need some godchildren. Jamie, Toya.
You do. They're in the garage right now.
No, ma'am.
You got some god kids.
No, ma'am. All right,
and my baby, Shan know what I'm talking about. We want somebody that's going to accept our children. Those are our children.
Yes.
And that is one of my deal breakers.
Look, they have doctor's appointments. They have to eat every day, just like they was our children. They just don't wear clothes.
Child. I'm gonna let y'all have that. Y'all can have all of that.
Yes, they have snacks. They go to the barber shop. Yes.
It ain't cheap. So yeah,
y'all dogs.
They got
we don't hate all your life. No, you want loyalty. A pet, a dog, it's nothing like a dog. They'll love you regardless. You can spank them, put them out, leave them in the garage. Look, why when they come in here, it's gonna be like they just seen me. They love their mama.
Leave them in the garage.
Well, yeah, they're in the garage.
But I did have a man tell me he found that I was single. He said, you should get you a cat or something. Or a dog. I'm
not
like,
not a cat. Not the
cat
lady. The cat lady.
Yeah, he want me to be the cat lady because I'm single. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't need no cat or no dog. I'm good. Good on that. So, Miss Shan, why do you think people blame the woman for being single?
From what I've been told from guys in the past, is because we're argumentative. They feel like we don't want to settle. And I have personally been told that my expectations are too high. I don't necessarily agree with 2 of those. I definitely feel like my expectations can be on the high side. And I've had a lot of people try to tell me, you know, you need to kind of like bring that down a little bit.
What's an example? Because it might not be bad. I wants to know because I might. Give an
So one of
example.
my love languages is gifts, right? And that's how I show love and that's how I receive love. So for me, it would just be nice, you know, for a just because gift, you know, to send me something. Or like when you're out and you're shopping or you're just picking up something, you know what? I think Shan, last time I remember, she said she liked golden Oreos. Let me pick up some golden Oreos. It's just things like that. And then I'm not a phone person. I don't like to talk on the phone, but if I'm dating you and I'm into you, we gonna talk all the time. And if you have an iPhone, please believe we gonna FaceTime. So I like the text message. I like the FaceTime. So it's
And
things
that's
like
that's they told you that's high expectations, some golden Oreos and some FaceTime every once in a while.
Yes,
That's not asking for much.
But see, there you go with them games. You not for real.
That's not a lot at all. That's not asking for too much.
No, not at all.
Because I hate meeting somebody that got an Android. I be looking, I don't hardly want to even give you my number.
No, man.
You can download Duo. Don't do the Android.
Duo, I don't like Duo.
You can download Duo.
I don't like Android. I don't like it. I don't like Duo.
There's nothing wrong with Duo.
We got an Android user in the house.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Duo.
I'm serious. If they say some, can we switch numbers and he pull out that drawer?
Discrimination right there. That could have been your husband.
Exactly.
You judging him off his phone. You can download
You
Duo.
just dismissed your husband, Jamie.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, you
My
did.
husband got a joy.
He made
I'm
your
sorry,
joy,
honey.
baby.
I'm sorry, baby. Come back to me.
I'll be
Baby,
like, let's go to the store. Let's change phones.
Come back to me.
You can fix that one easy. That's an easy thing.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, it's because I've been told this as far as like my communication style. It's like how often I plan on or how often I expect to hear from somebody. And I feel like honestly, if that person is into you, you would think that they want to talk to you often.
Definitely.
So
that's true.
Yeah. So yeah.
I don't think nothing you said was wrong.
I'm waiting on the
high expectation. No.
Let me give you an example of a chick that told me her expectations. She said, I don't think my expectations is too high. I said, well, same thing I just asked you. What was your expectation? Yeah. He has to make $400,000 a year. I was just like, ooh, it ain't quite a bit of them walking around. Now, where you finding them at?
Right.
You can get, I think you can get $200,000 a year. I get that, but she going, that's up there.
You're just curious, is this lady you're talking about, is she married or is she in a relationship?
This was a while ago. No, she was single. And we were all talking about expectations. What that checklist somebody talked about earlier, that was on her his salary was minimum $400,000 a year. I was like,
good luck with that.
Is that I think that's almost like is that a brain surgeon? That's up there. Yeah, that's pretty much. I was like, ooh. You know what I mean?
I had to come down and rally on it.
Oh. Were you up there, Shan, in the salary?
But it was more like, he had, I still want to be over 6 feet. I would prefer to have a college degree, but if they got a trade, it's things like that. I didn't want them to have kids, but now I'm just like, okay, if you have kids, that's cool, but can you not have them to be by 5 different baby mamas?
Well, what about and I'm saying this as being an entrepreneur, I ain't got no degree, but what about the businessman with no degree with a successful business?
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's a trade or something, that's what I have.
But the business, you call it a business or trade?
Mechanic or something, they don't have to have a degree for that, but they went to school,
You want to be educated,
I take the entrepreneur.
But Miss Shan, have you adjusted those expectations though?
I have, absolutely, because they were up there. They definitely were up there. I think I still have it in a book someplace, and I was just like, I need to adjust this list. But I
Yeah,
definitely
I guess I can see it, but I really know, because I mean, in our day as millennial women, it's not, as far as success, this educated men are not holding that notch. They're not.
Agreed. I
They're
agree.
not. So it ain't even about that, but if you can run a successful business and turn it into something, that to me says quite a bit about a person, their drive, their ambition.
Absolutely.
That education, I mean, those things are great, but that means that you can study very well, and you can go in the classroom and you can make an A on a test. But you got to be able to do more than just study when it comes to running a business or having a successful business. So I'll take, give me that entrepreneur any day. I'll take it. I'll take it. But I don't, that education thing, that really never has been a thing. But I do know for a lot of women, that is what I'm saying. You might be missing out. Got you a little Jay-Z. You got to look at 50.
I like 50.
I'm just giving an example of somebody who doesn't have a degree.
Yeah, no, I get it. And that was one thing too, because it was like this one guy who I was dating, I didn't feel like he had like any ambition or any drive. And for me, that was a turnoff, because I know for me, I'm very driven. So I need somebody to match my energy on that.
Yeah,
So.
I 100% agree with that. Degree or no degree, because that's not a requirement of mine. That's not
right.
Having a degree, yeah.
Yep. So do you feel like adjusting your list is your kind of way of kind of trying to settle? Would you say that? Yes or no?
A little bit, if I'm being honest with myself, yeah. Yeah, honestly. But did I have to think about it? Okay, LaShandra, is it really settling, or is it more so
maybe being more realistic?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Being more realistic, because a lot of things I felt like that were on that list were not necessarily realistic. So yeah, it's kind of like bringing me back down to earth a little bit.
Well, let me ask you this: with your career and everything you have going on, you do meet other education, men probably with education like you. Do you vibe with them in any way? And it don't have to necessarily be anybody like that you work with. I'm just saying men that you probably are around.
So in my current position, honestly, I haven't really met anybody. And that's kind of funny too, right? Because it's like I'm in healthcare. But I feel like, honestly, if I was to get out a little bit more, I probably would be able to meet people.
We be trying to get you out the house.
I know, right? Because I am the biggest homebody. But I will be honest, like in my current position, no, I really don't. And what's crazy to me is I remember when I was in social services, I honestly felt like I met more men there than I do now, to the point that I honestly was dating somebody who I actually worked with. But here, currently, no, I don't see it. I would love to.
But you made a good point. You're not even sound like hanging out in places that they maybe would be. I'm sure you probably know where they kind of hang out and go, and you're not going. So, because that's my problem too. I'm a big homebody. My two friends will tell you, and I've been like that forever. I stay at home.
Okay. I'm telling you, yeah, it's just like a lot of effort. We're trying to get dressed, trying to get cute, and then it's just like, okay, then you go, and then it's like, okay, you're not gonna necessarily meet anybody, and then when you do, it's just like, why am I here?
Oh. Do anybody else have any more questions for Miss Shan?
No. Thank you, Miss Shan.
Thank you, Miss Shan.
You're welcome, ladies.
Well, until next time.
There is strength in sisterhood
and support in sisterhood.
Bye.